Minecraft PlayStation 3 edition came out over 11 years ago, with the first version being TU12, or in Java terms, update 1.2.1, updating all the way to 1.13, the aquatic update. But we're not going to be playing on that version. No. Instead, we're going back in time to Minecraft PlayStation 3's first ever version, TU12. Now, no swimming, no shields, and ocelots were just added to the game. So for the next 100 days, I'm going to survive, build, and take on the Ender Dragon in Minecraft PlayStation 3's oldest version. Will I survive, or will this outdated game break me first? Let's find out. Also, drop a like. I spawned into the world and immediately found myself in a jungle. Not the worst spawn, but I had bigger plans. So I whipped out my map and started searching for a plains biome. I need a plains because I want to build something very cool. So let's try and find one right now. Wait, is that one right there? After some wondering, I found one, but not just any plains biome. One with a village. Oh my god, what are the odds? What are the odds? Naturally, I decided to say hi to the locals, which was a mistake. Oh, hello, sir. Dr. Treoris. Okay, I don't feel comfortable anymore. They just stared at me, silently. It was so awkward. To break the tension, I did what any person would do. I stole their books and raided their crops. The game, being as funny as ever, handed me potatoes. This game gotta be racist, give me potatoes, bro. What the heck? Also, what the... Why does it do that? What the heck? Once I recovered from that personal attack, I went on a mass animal extinction event for food. Only to remember that in this version, sheep don't drop mutton, just wool. Guess I'll have to rely on other food sources. After that, I did the classic Minecraft moves. Oh, and beds? No color beds in this version, just a classic red bed, which I fully approve of. No complaints here. Then I stumbled upon some red flowers. But wait, are these poppies or roses? Well, in this blessed version of Minecraft, we still have the classic rose. Absolutely beautiful. With supplies gathered, I upgraded to stone tools, crafted a furnace, and claimed a random villager's house as my own. But then, I decided to do something bold. It was getting dark, and instead of sleeping like a normal person, I ignored all the warnings of that one Minecraft parody song, I Mined at Night. Oh crap! Why? Because I wanted coal and iron, but breaking one rule of Minecraft wasn't enough for me, so I dug straight down and... Oh, stupid lava, stupid. Oh, so stupid. Stupid village, stupid leaves, stupid jungle, stupid flowers. Oh, this is why Ruben died. Stupid door, stupid bed. Alright, day 2! Awesome! Here we go. I woke up on day 2 and for the second time completed the entire Minecraft tutorial. But this time, I didn't die. The alpha lives to see another day. While mining, I stumbled upon a massive ravine and looted even more iron and coal. Oh, and check out the skeleton. I don't know what it is, but he looks off. I get that this is an old version, but something about him just doesn't look right. Anyway, I continued mining until I ran out of energy. So I slept in the cave and woke up on day 3. I started the day by gathering more materials until, hold up, diamonds! Let's flippin' go! I smelted 3 iron at record speed, crafted an iron pickaxe, and secured 4 beautiful diamonds. Not bad for day 3. Immediately I crafted a diamond pickaxe and mined 14 obsidian. Yeah, I know I'm moving way too fast here, but I can't help myself. Then, satisfied with my haul, I called it a day and went back up to sleep. Waking up on day 4, I was still in full mining mode. More iron, more diamonds. That was the plan. I dug deeper and found another ravine, but this time, there was a fog. And I just have to ask, why did they remove this? It was literally an option. It was so nice and creepy. As I explored the cave, I had a major nostalgia hit. I could block with my sword. Block. Oh shoot. Block. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's go over here. Oh, lava. Wait, diamonds! Yes! Let's go! But then, crisis. I ran out of food, and I was playing on hard mode. Did I mention that already? Probably should have. I could starve to death in this cave if I'm not careful. So, with half a hunger bar left, I mined straight up, desperately hoping for an animal to spawn right in front of me when I get up. Bro, where's the melons? Where's the cows? Where's the pigs? Bro, what the hell? And just as I hit 0 hunger bars, with 1.5 hearts left, Minecraft blessed me. A cow, right in front of me. Let's go! After avoiding another death, I dragged myself back to the villager house, smelted all my iron, and started scouting for the perfect location for my future home. I then crafted a diamond axe and went on a deforestation mission. Nearly a whole stack of logs later, the sun was setting, so I ran to the village and borrowed some fences. For what, you may be asking? A future sheep farm. Yo, it's a poo sheep. It's a shit sheep. Let's go. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hey, I gotta prepare for the wool economy. Then I did something incredibly stupid. I stared directly at an Enderman, and after getting nearly folded into another dimension...
No, leave me alone. Bro, why are you so tall?
He didn't even drop an ender pearl. Why am I looking for ender pearls this early, you may be asking as well? Well, because in this version, the nether is useless, and endermen are surprisingly rare. Might as well get started now. Returning to my house, I found multiple zombies devouring my villagers. But not to worry though, only one of them died. That's still kind of a loss, but we move. I took my frustration out on another enderman, and finally my first ender pearl. Then I locked up the remaining villagers so he wouldn't do something dumb like wander outside and get eaten. Now you stay in here and don't answer the door to strangers. Wow, Feed. Very immature NordVPN sponsor.
You're absolutely right. So on behalf of me, FeedStunz, I am very sorry. So let's run it back.
With NordVPN, you can protect your privacy online, secure connection on public Wi-Fi, and even change your location to access shows, content, or Minecraft servers that aren't available in your region. Plus, you get... I'm sorry, I just can't keep doing this.
Explosion! Support me by clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment and get yourself NordVPN. You'll get 6,730 megabytes per second, over 7,800 VPN servers to use, and of course get to watch shows and movies that aren't available in your region. You'll get to protect yourself from weird IP trackers, connect up to 10 devices at once, and the best part is all of this is only $3.39 a month. So what are you waiting for? So Nord your way over to the link in the pinned comment.
When my civic duties done, I slept. Waking up on day 6, it was time to start building my house using the logs I gathered the previous night. I also gathered sand for windows, chopped down even more trees, and then slept. Eventful, I know. I continued working on my house on day 7, adding windows, expanding it horizontally and vertically, you know, making it look less like a sad box. And of course, another distraction. I found the perfect spot for a mine, so naturally I dropped everything and started digging. I marked the entrance with logs, carved out a staircase with cobblestone steps, and left space for future rails. And then I kept mining. Oh no.
Get back, get back. Ja.
Oh my god. Ooh! It is now day 8, and what did I do? Alright, I kept mining. What kept me going for so long? Well, Curty dropped his new album that day, and I was listening to it for the first time. And all I'm gonna say is, the album was garbage. Fight me if you disagree. Anyway, I kept digging my way down to Y level 10. Why? For diamonds, obviously. And after a bit of mining, on day 9, I finally reached Y level 10. I rewarded myself by touching sunlight for the first time in what felt like so long, and decided to do a bit of landscaping. I filled in some random craters near my house with dirt, and finally built up the right side of my house a little bit more. I also slapped down some oak planks for the floor, because walking on grass indoors isn't very cozy. But the grind never stops, boys. I went straight back down into the mines and started carving out a 3x3 tunnel, which was very efficient, and within seconds, 3 more diamonds. Just like that. This game might actually love me again. With night falling, I headed back up and crashed at my villager home. I woke up on day 10 and continued my very professional landscaping project by patching up even more holes around my base. I don't know what's up with this terrain, but it looks like someone fought a wither out here. Then, back to the mines. But this time, I found a cave. A massive, winding cave system. I mined every single material in sight and ended up with 13 more diamonds. This right here is one of the reasons I love early PS3 Minecraft. These caves had that perfect mix of danger and loot. Once my inventory was stuffed and my heart full of nostalgia, I made my way back to the villager's house for another night's rest. I woke up on day 11 and made a massive amount of progress on the base. Back walls, interior walls, first floor ceiling, and second floor details. I then crashed into bed and woke up on day 12. I ran over to the base and slapped down some more ceiling slabs until I ran out. So naturally, I did what any logical builder would do. I started building a custom path system across my area. My design was gravel in the middle, smooth stone slabs on the side. Very fancy stuff. This path is supposed to eventually lead to different zones, but for now, I was just out here, patching holes again. So many holes. And yeah, it got boring pretty fast, so I dipped into the huge cave system I found earlier to gather more gravel. But immediately got distracted by coal and iron. classic. Eventually I made it back to the surface on the early morning of day 13 and smelted all the iron in my villager Airbnb and then went back to working on the path. Then I had a genius idea. What if the path led to the mine? Tell me your mind isn't blown. I tore up the grass, laid down gravel, and got a decent section done until I ran out of smooth stone slabs again. But did I sleep? Nah, there's still holes to be patched. So I kept filling holes until I fell asleep. I then woke up feeling motivated and finally finished the path leading all the way to the cave. All I gotta say, it actually looks fire. One of those builds that makes you pause and go, dang, I actually kinda did that, low key. By day 15, my inventory looked like it had been hit by a tornado. So I made a chest and dumped all my junk into it. Then I made a big decision. Today's the day I start the minecart railway. So I crafted a stack of normal rails and 12 powered rails. I also randomly crafted some bookshelves because I could. I then crafted a minecart and went to craft a redstone block to power the rails, but redstone blocks don't exist in this version. I paused, stared at my crafting table like, you have repeaters, but no redstone block? Bro, what is this game? Peak old school Minecraft logic, man. So dumb, but so nostalgic. So yeah, redstone blocks may not exist in this version, but you know what does? Redstone torches, the actual OG power source. I crafted a bunch of redstone torches and added a button at the start of the track like I was designing some kind of roller coaster. Then I did a little pattern action. 5 normal rails, 2 powered rails. And bam, I was out of powered rails. That went fast. Still, I wired everything up inside the mine walls and gave it a go. Honestly, it was kind of a vibe. While I was down there, I figured, I might as well go gold digging for some more powered rails, and ended up finding a zombie spawner instead. Let's go! Inside the chest I found efficiency 5 and knockback 1 books. Minecraft is basically telling me, work hard but stay humble. I mined back up with a measly 2 gold to my name and resurfaced on the night of day 15 and tossed even more junk in my dump chest. And now I slept in my villager Airbnb again. I was back in the mines with a mission, gold or bust. I carved out another 3x3 tunnel, and from that a whole underground spaghetti junction of strip mines was made. The results, 10 iron and 5 gold. Not amazing, but I'll take it. Then it was back to my house to do some real work. I finally finished the walls. Awesome. I crafted more powered rails, ran back to the mine, and officially finished the railway. I also topped it off with a powered rail and another button at the end for that sweet return trip. I tested it out and, of course, there wasn't enough powered rails to get back up. Classic FeedStunz look. Back at the villager house, I found the skeleton just vibing inside, and I honestly didn't think much of it, which will come back and bite me in the booty. I moved on, crafted an enchanting table, lured some sheep using wheat, and then built them a cute, cramped little pen. Look, it's temporary, alright? It's not. Then I finished the first floor ceiling of my base, and brace yourself, patched more dirt holes. Yeah, woo! Crazy stuff. Things got dry though, so I had to spice it up by exploring the whole world. Which, if you played Minecraft PlayStation 3 edition, you would know that it's more like exploring your whole neighborhood. It ain't very big, aight? During this world tour, I found a tall extreme hills biome, climbed up a tree, and saw something magical in the distance. A desert village. You already know I sprinted over there and stole everything of value. Old school villages didn't offer much though. If you were lucky, you get a few bookshelves and some iron boots. That's it. And we loved it. I then grabbed some cacti, almost died to an enderman, and made it back home when... Yeah, a creeper spawned inside my house and blew up my junk chest. Because apparently my house was lit extremely poorly. I didn't think so though, Minecraft, but whatever. Luckily, I salvaged most of the damage and moved on. I then went to my bedroom and added a crafting table, double chest, painting, and a ceiling over my cozy red bed. It's got that perfect Minecraft nostalgic energy, like a base from 2014. I then extended my path and planted a cacti in a spot where I planned to build a greenhouse. But the path was looking kinda dark, so I built some classic Minecraft lampposts and collected more sand to make glass. While that was smelting, I kept working on the house interior, adding walls, windows, and finally started the roof using that good old slanted oak stairs look. Peak nostalgic Minecraft architecture. Morning rolled around and guess what? More hole patching. Some things never change. But then I remembered, I've got glass waiting, so I placed some at the front of the greenhouse and started seeing the vision come together. You can tell what I'm going for. Then I went back to the villager house and they were gone. All of them. Remember that skeleton I found earlier? Turns out, lighting matters after all. To cope, I built a small decorative wheat farm across from the cactus greenhouse, and it really tied the whole area together in my opinion. Then I added wooden pressure plates for the interior doors because convenience. I then kept working on the roof of my house until I got completely sidetracked by another enderman. And of course, just like every other enderman encounter in this playthrough, he dropped absolutely nothing. Classic. I sloped my way back home and went to bed, trying to sleep off the disappointment. I woke up on day 21 feeling a little bit more productive and gathered up more logs to finish off the foundation of the side of my house. Then I remembered I had 10 obsidian just chilling in my chest at the villager Airbnb. So I did what anyone would do, I built a nether portal. And yes, I had to use cobblestone for the corners because that's how real ones did it back in the day. It ain't ugly, it's authentic. I lit it up and jumped in, and it spawned me inside of a nether fortress. Insane look, bro. Oh my god. Let's go. I grabbed some blaze rods, scooped up some nether wart, and got myself some glowstone too. You never skip glowstone in early PS3 Minecraft. I almost got lost on the way back, but after panicking and retracing my steps, I finally found the portal again and made it back home in one piece. I crafted a brewing stand mostly for decoration and swapped out the top of 2 lampposts with glowstone instead of torches. I'm not really too sure how I feel about it yet, to be honest. Then I got a bit creative. I started digging up the ground around my nether portal and replaced it with a mess of netherrack and soul sand to make it look like the nether was breaking through. I even lit some of it on fire. On day 22, I did a big harvest of my sugarcane and extended the farm a bit to make that mine entrance pop. I figured since I was nearby, I might as well go back to the caves and grab some more gravel. While I was down there, I picked up an enchanted power 1 bow from a skeleton, found a bunch of gold, casually ran into this part of a stronghold, and even found 6 more diamonds. Probably one of my most productive cave runs yet. I made it back to the surface on day 23 and stuffed all my valuables like diamonds, gold, lapis, emeralds, redstone, and ender pearls into my bedroom chest. Then I spent the night laying down a bunch of gravel for the paths and even managed to take down an enderman on day 24. And guess what? Still no pearl. I honestly think they're trolling me at this point. I then wandered deep into the jungle where I first spawned, hoping to stumble across a temple, but nope, nothing, bro. So I came back home and dyed some wool grey. Why? To build a zombie statue over my XP spawner. But first I needed to finish the cactus greenhouse. So on day 25, I went out hunting for sand and stumbled across this gorgeous extreme hills biome that instantly hit me with a wave of PS3 Minecraft nostalgia. Like, this was a biome you'd build your dream house in back then. I mined about 3 stacks of sand, picked up some extra cacti, grabbed some gravel on the way back, and smelted all the sand down. While the sand was cooking, I trimmed a bunch of leaves, chopped some trees, and on day 26, I finally finished the greenhouse. Looked amazing. And those leaves, yeah, I had something very special planned. I needed a lot more though, so I got back to work. I made a little center hub for my path, complete with a tree in the middle and 4 crossroads going out in different directions. Then I worked on the roof of my house some more until I got distracted again. And on day 27, I ran over to the zombie XP spawner to actually finish it. So I slapped some water in the back and followed the good old classic mob farm design. And by midnight, it was finished. I went home to grab some iron for hoppers, and of course, they don't exist in this version. Bro, I even booted up my test world and there's nothing there, bro. Oh my god. Day 28 rolled in and I officially started work on my massive project. I'm not telling you what it is just yet, but here's a hint. It involves a mountain of leaves and just a bit of black wool. With that tiny bit of information, take a guess in the comments. I then tested the XP spawner to see how well it worked, and let's just say it was more for vibes than actual XP. So I gave up on that and focused back on the very green project for a day and a half. On the night of day 29, I took a short break and finally finished the roof of my house. But to be honest, bro, I was itching at this point to get back to my mystery build. On the morning of day 30, I set out on an ink sac expedition. I needed black dye to color the sheep and farm infinite black wool. And after I had enough ink sacs, I jumped back into the leaf collecting. This project was the only thing on my mind. And by midnight, I finally finished the front of it. A giant creeper statue. It actually looked so sick. Like peak TU12 sick. It felt like 2013 all over again. I was hyped. But there is still more to do. I went straight back into the forest to collect even more leaves. This project is far from done. So I crafted another shear. My last pair had been worked to death and set off on yet another leafy adventure. I trimmed more leaves and came back with 6.5 stacks of leaves. Progress. And this time, I'm proud to say, the build was mostly done. Mostly. In between leaf runs, I kept slaying endermen and just like before, no pearls, no drops, just disappointment. Since my tools were hanging on by a pixel, I dove back into the mines to hunt for more diamonds. Along the way, I scooped up a ton of gold and redstone, and after a bit of digging, 17 diamonds. Let's go! But then it happened. My PS3 crashed. All of that progress gone, just like that. It was soul crushing. So I booted it back up, retraced my steps, and mined in the exact same tunnel. Miraculously, Miranda writes.
Miraculous. Miraculous.
Man, frick this word. Insanely. I reclaimed all my diamonds and found even more ores along the way. I hauled my full inventory back to the surface by the night of day 32. I crafted an anvil and slammed it at the mine entrance like a true blacksmith. Made a spare one for safety because I've learned my lesson. And then started upgrading my mine rails. I got so close to making it all the way to the top on powered rails, but I was one short. So I crafted a few more, powered up even more of the track, and finally rode all the way up to the top like an absolute king. Day 33 hit and I decided it was wood chopping time. Armed with my efficiency diamond pickaxe, I tore through the trees because TU12 allows you to mine any blocks as fast as you want with a diamond pickaxe. Then inspiration struck. I dyed a single wool block light blue, grabbed a bunch of gold and cobblestone, and built a monument for something truly iconic, the Nether reactor. Yeah, remember that from Pocket Edition? I recreated it here as a tribute and built a nice path around it, pure nostalgia. It looked amazing. I dipped back to the mines to hunt down even more gold to finish the monument properly, and on the way home I realized I had bones, and it was time. I tamed a dog, a loyal companion for the adventures ahead. His name? Nether Brick Stairs. Do not question it. With nether brick stairs by my side, I finally actually finished the creeper statue. It's done. This area is really starting to come together now, but it's got that early survival world charm for sure. That night I got a little bored, so naturally I built a wooden bridge from the mine entrance to a small island nearby. And by day 34, it was complete, rustic and cozy. Feeling like I built enough for now, I hopped into the nether again and collected more blaze rods. Easy, right? No. I was nearly turned into barbecue several times, but I pushed through the pain, got enough blaze rods for 12 eyes of ender. I made it back by midnight. Barely alive, but still a winner. I grabbed the spare diamonds I'd left in the cursed villager Airbnb, tossed them in my bedroom chest, and finally turned my ender pearls into eyes. I was so close to searching for the stronghold, but then a classic FeedStunz moment, dude. I got distracted by a cave. Again. Why do I do this, bro? After a little detour, I resurfaced on day 35 and placed down a few more lampposts. Gotta keep the vibe strong. I then got serious about building. No more distractions. Well, for now. I went to the nether, nerd pulled up into the sky, and started scanning the horizon for enderman. Nothing. Not a single tall purple-eyed man in sight. So while I was up there, I figured I might as well grab some glowstone. Can't leave empty-handed. I mined back down, went home, and crafted 10 glowstone. Also grabbed a water bucket too because I had something special in mind. I outlined another monument using smooth stone slabs, filled the center with gravel, and crafted 4 more glowstone and placed them to complete the monument. This one, oh, it's a throwback. The failed Ether portal. Either portal? Same difference. The same one we all tried to build back in the day. Another monument built. And yeah, I know the path and monument outline are totally unsymmetrical, but like, who actually cares? That's the aesthetic. The sun rose on the early morning of day 36, and I figured it was time for a glow up. Hell yeah. Now that I'm harder, better, faster, and stronger, it was finally time to follow some eyes of ender. I climbed up on the bridge and threw one into the sky. It soared off into the distance, and I followed suit. And yes, I'm where I already found the stronghold earlier. But hey, listen, I'm FeedStunz, okay? I didn't write down the coordinates. That's on me. And within minutes, I found the stronghold again, made my way inside, found the portal room, and of course, I only had 1 pearl in it. 1! So I got annoyed and started looting the place instead. I found a weird 1-story library and started stealing all of its books, because why not? Then in a nearby ravine, I spotted even more diamonds and scooped them up. I also grabbed a bunch of gravel for future paths, but I was not done yet. I collected more ores, gold, coal, iron, and more diamonds, because I'm awesome. After stuffing my inventory full of loot, I headed back up to the surface and got some well-earned sleep. I woke up on day 37, smelted all the ores I brought back, and stored every last shiny thing in my bedroom chest. All nice and organized, for now. I then crafted a bunch of smooth stone slabs and kicked off construction on yet another build. For what purpose you may be asking? I actually have no idea yet. But listen, sometimes the vibes just tell you to build. Anyway, I decided the design would be a combo of smooth stone slabs, regular stone, and some good old windows to keep it classy. And not even 5 minutes into it, it was already looking amazing. Like it just belonged here. By nightfall, the exterior was finished. What do you think? Honestly, bro, for me, I'm kind of obsessed. When the sun rose on day 38, I grabbed my axe and went wood chopping, because obviously we needed more fences for more street lamps. And man, I know I keep saying this, but the area is really starting to come together. After that, I made a trip to the jungle to snag some wood and added jungle planks for the floor of the new building. And holy, it was looking fresh. I went crazy with the decorating too, adding bookshelves, a table and chairs, a big cozy red rug, a bed, and even some paintings. The inside actually felt so cozy. And by the end, it was so nice that I actually decided decided to sleep in there for the night. But wait, I need you guys to name this building. If you want to see me keep living in this world and maybe even drop a 200 days video on it, please smash that like button. I'm genuinely having a blast on this video and in this world, and I'd love to keep the world going, so drop a like to see more. Anyway, I woke up on day 39 and spent most of the day tidying up and fixing the new paths, connecting the new pathway to the village road, and man, it was turning out gorgeous. I even picked some roses and yellow flowers and planted them out front of the smooth stone slab house for that classic colourful touch. After that, I flattened out the area between the cactus greenhouse and the village path and decided to add a little pond right in the middle for some nostalgic energy. Of course, I had to decorate it with some sugarcane around the edges, because if you didn't slap sugarcane around every body of water back in 2012, were you even playing Minecraft? With the area looking cozy as ever, I crafted a jukebox just because I could. I already had a music disc lying around, so why not? Then I spent the rest of the night doing what I do best, fighting endermen and getting absolutely scammed. After a full night, I walked away with exactly 1 ender pearl. This was getting ridiculous, bro. So when the morning of day 40 rolled around, I crafted myself a shiny new diamond sword to enchant and begged the Minecraft gods for some looting, and they actually delivered, looting 2 on my sword. I then sprinted right into the nether, ready to put it to good use, and after about 30 seconds of looking for endermen and finding absolutely nothing, I gave up and went home. I then crafted an item frame to proudly display my old busted diamond sword, you know, a true relic of the journey. I then touched up some more of the path and decided it was time to grab some more gravel. And of course, being FeedStunz, I got distracted again. Another cave, another distraction. I don't even know what to say at this point, bro. I snapped out of it once I ran out of torches and dragged myself back up to light up some underground spots where the path was gonna run. While exploring down there, I stumbled across a very haunting area. My first death spot. I could still hear the faint echoing through the halls. By early nightfall of day 40, I finally managed to light up all the caves underneath the path and got back to actually building the path itself for about 5 minutes, because I got bored again and decided enderman hunting was way more exciting. And honestly, it was. Thanks to my fortune sword, endermen were literally dropping pearls like it was Black Friday, and I even snagged a free music disc. W night, bro, W night. By the early morning of day 41, I'd grabbed a whopping 8 ender pearls. I then crafted them all into Eyes of Ender, grabbed my arrows, stocked up on cobblestone, and set off toward the stronghold. And after a little bit of adventuring, I made it back to the stronghold, found the portal room, and started slotting the eyes in, ready to beat the game, only to realize I was 2 eyes short. FeedStunz, you're such a moron. Luckily, I was able to gather 5 more ender pearls pretty quick, crafted the extra eyes, and this time made it back to the portal. I was about to place the last eye in, all epic like, but then, wait, what? Cut! FeedStunz, you weren't supposed to jump in yet, bro. I had a whole script and dramatic entrance planned, like every other 100 days video I've ever done. Oh my god, forget it, bro. So now here I was, suddenly in the end, 1 shiny new gold trophy richer, and face to face with the big bad dragon. Here we go. I started sniping all the exposed healing crystals first, clean shots. Feeling like a prestige master in Black Ops 2, I was built different, so I climbed up and manually smashed the cage crystals too. Now it was time for the real fight. FeedStunz versus the Ender Dragon. A few sword swings, a few punches, and boom, the dragon was down. If you made it this far into the video, firstly, you're an absolute legend. These 100 days videos take so long to record, edit, write, and even survive. And hey, you'll be the first one to know if I uploaded 200 days in Minecraft PS3. Also, as a little editor's note, I almost forgot to ask you guys to like the video. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, and I almost forgot to ask you guys to like the video. What the hell? Mr. Beast is calling me. Hello? Mr. Beast? Oh, it's PewDiePie? Hey, PewDiePie. Yeah, okay. 10,000 likes? That's a good number. I do like that. Hey, can you shout me out? Okay, he hung up. Wow. Real friend he is. Boys, you heard the man. You heard PewDiePie say like the video. 10,000 likes. Let's get it. Or PewDiePie is never gonna go on that bridge ever again. Oh no, wait. He will. If we don't get to 10,000 likes, he will go on the bridge again. His words, not mine. Alright, pitch over. Enjoy the video.
Elephant green screen effect.
I scooped up all that sweet XP and tried to grab the Ender Dragon egg as a souvenir, only for it to teleport itself into the portal the second I touched it. Gone forever, I think? Man, it wasn't even that cool anyway. I then hopped into the portal myself, ready to enjoy the emotional end poem, but there is no Subway Surfers gameplay underneath it, so I had no choice but to skip it. 0 engagement, 0 dopamine. I spawned back home and spent the rest of day 41 wrapping the path around the giant creeper statue and my new smooth stone slab house, and bro, it was looking amazing. On the early morning of day 42, I was patching up a water spot in another area I wanted to build on. I grabbed over a stack of oak logs and got to work. What was I building, you ask? Oh, you'll see. But for now, all you need to know is that I needed a lot of spruce wood, like a lot of it. And by nightfall of day 42, the front was done. A windmill. Yeah, woo! Okay, yeah, I know the bottom fan is a little too low, but look, it gives a character. I'm not changing it. I wrapped my classic gravel path around it, gathered more wood throughout the night, and by day 43, the build was finally finished. After finishing the windmill, I felt inspired to build something even more nostalgic, something sacred. So I grabbed 1 netherrack, 4 redstone torches, 8 gold blocks,
flint and steel,
some gravel for the path, and of course, smooth stone slabs. And by nightfall, the build was done. I immediately set the netherrack on fire, and in true FeedStunz fashion, myself. Just a really smart move on my half. Anyway, if you couldn't tell what this was already, it's a Herobrine spawner shrine. You know the one. The one we all built as kids thinking they would summon him. Spoiler alert, it didn't actually work. But with that beautiful fire hazard complete, I went back to the mines to get more gravel. And sidetracked again. At this point, I'm just sorry, bro. But hey, I found another zombie spawner. And inside, a Silk Touch book. Huge W, no more smelting cobblestone for Pats. Big time saver. Then I found my way back to the stronghold. I went into the end to check if the Ender Dragon egg actually somehow despawned. And, yeah, still gone. Thank you, Minecraft. Anyway, on day 44, I officially wrapped up the Herobrine monument, and it's looking beautifully cursed. I crafted some cobblestone slabs and added more detail to the pond, because sugarcane alone just wasn't cutting it. I then tossed up some cobblestone walls with torches on them in the monument. You know the vibes. I then did some chores around the place. Sheared the sheep, harvested the wheat, bred the sheep, dyed them white again, you know, future dye flexibility. Oh, and about that giant zombie statue idea, yeah, I kind of abandoned it for now. Next, I extended my wheat farm across the other side of the path, because it was looking a little bit scrawny before. I needed a quick glow up. And then another nostalgic build idea hit me. So I grabbed some oak planks and glass and got to work. And by day 45, it was done. The house from the official Minecraft trailer.
No one can tell you what you can or cannot do.
Absolute classic. Very meaningful as well. After that emotional build, I needed time to relax. So I decided to go fishing. I went to enchant my fishing rod for max efficiency and forgot this version of Minecraft doesn't even let you enchant fishing rods yet. Very nice. So I had to raw dog my fishing experience. I sat on my little wooden bridge, just soaking in the nostalgia, catching fish and letting the vibes hit. This is the Minecraft PlayStation 3 that I remember. Old Minecraft fishing, peaceful, therapeutic, and low-key underrated. I caught 10 fish, and then I remembered. Ocelots were new in this version. Time to tame one, boys! So I sprinted into the jungle and instantly found one vibing. Now it did take all 10 fish to tame this dude, but eventually, boom, cat acquired. Welcome to the family, Mr. Waffleton. I brought him home and sat him next to my dog. Nether Brick Stairs, I think his name was. I think, I don't know. I kind of forget, Loki. Then I grabbed a bunch of roses and made pink dye. Why? Because it was about time we added a love garden. I crafted a bunch of signs and started flattening out a spot in front of the creeper statue. I built a big pink heart in the middle and surrounded it with roses. And by day 46, it was basically done. Well, mostly done. It still needed glowstone in the corners and some names on the signs, which you might be asking, what names did you put on the signs? I'll tell you in a sec, but first, nap time. I woke up, admired the garden, and realized I completely messed up the glowstone lamps in the corners. So I fixed them up, and now they're looking perfect. Looks just like Stampy's. Now, how did I get the names to put on the signs? Well, I made a cheeky little YouTube short, asking people to comment if they wanted their name immortalized in this world's love garden. And I promised to write every single one. Do you want to be immortalized in my next 100 days video? Well, I'm currently building an off-brand love garden. Yes, like Stampy's, but more cursed. All you gotta do is comment literally anything below. Say hi, roast me, drop a random emoji, and I'll slap your name on a sign in the garden for the whole world to see. But be fast, there's only a few spots here. And no, bribing me with diamonds or emeralds won't help. I have standards, maybe. And while you're waiting to see your name in glory, check out my last 100 days video. It's packed with nostalgia, chaos, and possibly illegal in 3 countries. Don't miss it. And hey, sounds like a great idea, right? Until I checked back a few days later and saw 378 comments. 378, bro. I had no idea I was this popular, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. So naturally, I ran straight into the jungle, punched down a huge amount of trees, turned it all into signs, and then stared at my crafting table like, yeah, this is gonna take a while. Now look, I love this world, but do I love it 300 plus signs worth? Maybe not that much. So instead of losing my sanity writing them all out solo, I decided to stream it. So I'm gonna do a shameless plug real quick. I stream here on YouTube every single weekend. And if you're watching this between June and September, I am streaming every single day on YouTube and Twitch, by the way. Come say hi, or roast my builds. Both are welcome. Anyway, I added a trapdoor entrance to the love garden, leading to a little underground area. Gotta have that little secret cozy lore basement for the special signs, okay? And then it began, the sign stream. Look, bro, I'm not doing this off stream, okay? I feel like I'd be wasting my time. But, you know, we can have a conversation while I do this. Oh, you can? What? Boys, oh, I didn't even know you could do this. Oh my god. Hours of writing out usernames, inside jokes, people asking me to build things like giant L's or Shrek with a sword. And at least, I don't know, flipping 50 people typed out chicken jockey. Come on. Be original. It was chaos. It was beautiful. It was actually pretty exhausting. And by the end of the stream, I had barely scratched the surface. But I had started, and the love garden was coming to life. Now, I won't lie. Reading through all those comments felt like going through a time capsule. Some were heartfelt, others were unhinged in the best way possible. Anyway, the stream ended up being like 2.5 hours long. I accidentally plowed through 6 whole Minecraft days. And by the end of it, I was genuinely beefing with the PS3's keyboard. You will probably not recognize any of these people. What the hell? Like, okay, if it lags like this all the time, then this is gonna be... Typing on that thing feels like writing a novel with a plastic fork. And don't even get me started on the lag. Every letter took a gap year before appearing, bro. It was torture, dude. So to keep the viewers sane during this thrilling typing on signs gameplay, I threw up some extremely engaging Minecraft parkour in the corner of the screen. It kind of worked. Anyway, on the night of day 54, I went back to check on the zombie spawner. You know, just to check if it was legit or not for the second time. And shockingly, it actually worked. Like, properly worked. Hell yeah. At sunrise, I climbed back up and grabbed some green dye. Then I went to shear the sheep. Then I suddenly needed black dye. So off I went hunting for squids and immediately gave up. Classic. I swore I was going to continue on the zombie statue, but now I saw water and remembered squids exist again. I'm all over the place, I know, I'm sorry. At one point, I was literally swimming next to a chicken. No idea how I got there, but I wasn't questioning it. Eventually, I ended up standing in a swamp for like 6 minutes, doing nothing, just standing there. Why? Well, quick real life break. Picture this. I'm recording myself on a serious squid hunting mission, right? Laser focused. And then bam, like 50 texts from my best friend Ryan. Bro, I thought he was dying or something. So, of course, I called him in a panic. Yo, what's wrong? Are you good?
You trying to watch a movie?
Bro, I was ready to write his will. I just wanted to go see Sinners. So I obliged and finished up the recording by harvesting some squids in the swamp, running through the desert village, pearling my way back home, and got back to work on the zombie statue. I then tried trapping a zombie villager in my windmill, but Nether Brick Stairs had other plans. Yeah, he murdered him. So I gave up on that and went mining for a bit. And then Ryan pulled up, IRL this time. And like I said, we went to watch Sinners. Amazing movie, by the way. Like, no lie. Cinema was silent, plot was crazy, popcorn was mid, the movie, immaculate. Not sponsored or anything, I just want to put that out there, but hey, still not quite as good as this 100 days video, right? Right? Anyway, I picked up my Minecraft journey the next real life day, climbed out of the mines, and was greeted by rain. Classic. It was still day 56, and I did what any sane person would do in a thunderstorm. I sheared my sheep again. Then I got back to placing signs, this time off stream, so I could actually focus. No chat, no distractions, just me, the laggy PS3 keyboard, and about 180 plus comments staring into my soul. And yes, I'll be showing all the signs near the end of the video, so you might just spot your name. I spent 3 whole Minecraft days just typing names and funny comments. Felt like I was doing hard Minecraft labor. I hate this keyboard! By the end of it, it was finally day 59. And you're not gonna believe this, boys, but I sheared my sheep again. Groundbreaking gameplay. Then I worked on the zombie statue at midnight, like a real well-powered sculptor, and dove back into the mines for some lapis. Gotta get that sweet blue dye. After getting over a stack of lapis, I started heading back up. And guess what, boys? Another cave. Of course. What is my deal with getting sidetracked by caves? It's like muscle memory from the old days. I just see one and my brain goes, go, go, go! Eventually, I crawled out of mine sometime in the early night of day 60 and gathered a bunch of wood. I then slapped together this tiny little 5x3 wall of wood, and then I added a spruce workbench with a crafting table next to it, like a little outdoor garage setup. I then woke up and said, time to decorate. So I threw a furnace inside the workbench, plopped an anvil on top, and topped it all off with a brewing stand because why not? Above all that, I slapped on 3 item frames and placed a pickaxe, a shovel, and an axe. It actually looked like a little cozy workshop. Honestly, something I'd be proud of building back in 2013 after binge watching Stampy or Dante Jam. Then I sprinted to the forest for more wood because I had a vision. Market stalls. Yeah, I was starting to run out of ideas to fill the area behind the creeper statue, so I figured, why not build a mini flea market? I spent the rest of the day hunting wool and red dye, and then I swapped the axe in the item frame with a map because honestly, it just looked cleaner. I ran over to the zombie statue on day 62 and put in more work work. And I'm not gonna lie, the more I built this thing, the more I felt like I was just wasting my time. The legs are too much to build, the proportions are weird, and I swear I blink and I'm missing like 6 blocks. But I was determined. I took a quick break to extend my sugarcane farm a bit more, mostly because I like the color of it in this version. Then, as tradition, I ran over to the sheep pen and made them all bald again, and then bred them. Wait. That sounds really weird when I say it out loud. Moving on. I also just realized I forgot to bring something up. The frames in my main area, yeah, they tank. We're talking like 20 FPS on a good day. I am sorry. I don't know if it's the sheep, the signs, or just the PS3 screaming for mercy. But if you know a fix, please drop it in the comments before my console explodes. Anyway, I cleaned out my inventory and did the one thing every Minecraft player does when they're out of ideas. I went mining. But not for diamonds, not for lapis, not even for gold this time. Nope, this time for cobblestone. Why? To build a mob grinder. Why a mob grinder? I wanted more than just rotten flesh when killing mobs for XP. So there I was, on the midnight of day 62, building this giant floating mob box in the sky. I kept building it all the way up to day 64, where I jumped off the tower and forgot that the water in this version doesn't always save your knees. All my XP gone, vanished. 62 levels straight to the Shadow Realm. I stood there, emotionally destroyed. Like when you see Ruben die in Minecraft story mode. I grabbed my stuff, shed a single tear, I went right back to work, stacking more stone to finish the grinder. Well, mostly finish it. I still had some slabs left for the roof, and the moment of truth. Does it work? I don't know. I forgot to check. Why did I build this thing, bro? I just died for nothing. I lost all my levels. Anyway, on day 65, I decided to wander into the jungle because I swore I saw a jungle temple like 30 days ago, and my brain just now remembered it. And sure enough, I was right. Temple found. The loot, 12 gold, 3 emeralds, and a knockback 2 buck. Not too bad. But that's not all. I kept exploring and stumbled across yet another temple, except this one was just chilling outside the jungle. Bro thought he was different. The loot, 2 gold ingots. I'm loving it. I ran back to my laggy 5 FPS base and tossed the goodies into my bedroom chest. And hey, I'm not gonna lie, the lag was getting wild. I actually gotta do something about this, bro. I then tried repairing my pickaxes, only to be hit with a harsh reminder that XP isn't free.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
So naturally, I checked the world options to see if I could reset the end, and slayed the dragon again for XP, and guess what? That's not a thing in TU12. There's a reset nether option, but reset end option? No, not a thing. And oh, end crystals? That's funny. But just to be sure, I booted up a test world and confirmed it. No end crystals, which means no dragon respawns. So with my dreams of XP grinding crushed, I trudged back to the zombie spawner. It does work, but in the same way that a leaky tap technically works. Zombies did spawn, just at the speed of Corey X Kenshin's upload schedule. So I stood there for like 5 minutes, got bored, and dipped. So I headed back to the jungle with a new plan. Make a jungle treehouse. Why? Because the main base is basically a slideshow, and I needed a temporary home until someone in the comments blesses me with an actual fix for the frame rate massacre happening over here. Oh my god, that was a mouthful. By day 66, things were already shaping up. The new area was looking solid. Honestly, reminds me of that one failed 100 days attempt from a few months ago. I can give you some spruce wood.
That would be amazing.
Oh, I like the pun.
Wait, what? There was a pun?
That would be amazing.
That's a new sniper.
Oh man, that was good.
That was really good. I didn't even know I was making that joke.
Comedy gold. Yeah, let's not talk about those live streams, bro. Anyway, I went out, grabbed sand for windows, and I ran all the way back to the main base to snag some wool for a bed. But on the way back to the new treehouse abode, I caught a glimpse of it from afar, and it actually looks super cozy. I eventually made it back in one piece and kept building until sunrise. Roof time. I got started on the roof of the treehouse and finished off the main hub area. It was officially becoming a vibe, and the nostalgia hit hard when I placed a door on a slab and it broke. Also, doors don't stack in this version. That's right, you crafted one and your whole inventory turns into a mess of individual doors. Anyway, with the hub mostly done, minus furniture details, I moved on to the rope bridges. Using jungle wood slabs and oak fences, I tried to make it look all rugged and man-made, like some forgotten civilization used to live here before I rolled in with my individual doors. That's right boys, we're adding lore. Then I crashed for the night and woke up on day 68. I went back to the mines this time for cobblestone walls, to line the rope bridges and give them that rustic Indiana Jones kind of energy. Once that was done, I realized vines and ladders in this version are enemies, so I built a janky little stairway out of slabs to reach the top of the treehouse. And yes, it took me an entire day to wrap slabs around the tree. This version does not want to cooperate, alright? And I earned that sleep. Day 69. Nice. I woke up clinging to the edge of the window. One misstep from a 30 block drop. Add that to the list of items I need to fix. But first, I ran off to admire the build from afar again, and it still looked fire. Feeling inspired, I grabbed some cocoa beans. Cocoa beans? I don't know. And then started planting them everywhere. Inside, outside, all over the treehouse. And yes, I know you're probably tired of hearing treehouse, but we're almost done, I promise. I then extended the build to a nearby tree, wrapped it in jungle planks, then did the same to another. Slowly but surely, the ancient jungle empire was expanding. After that, I ran back to the main base to grab some red dye and made some red carpet for the hub. Gotta make it feel homey. I slapped the carpet in the center, tossed some chests around for decoration, and called it a night. I then rolled into bed and got ready for day 70. The jungle treehouse life was starting to feel weirdly cozy. Too cozy. So I expanded the second tree, tossed down 2 double chests, dumped in a bunch of junk that I didn't need anymore, and just ran. Why? Because I'm not ready for the treetop tribe life. That's a tongue twister. I'm more of a desert nomad than Tarzan. So I sprinted all the way across the world, staring at my mob grinder like it was a tourist attraction, and then made it to the desert village by nightfall. I immediately harvested some of the carrots. Yes, I replanted them. Calm down, farmers. Then claimed a tiny sandstone house as my Airbnb for the night. I woke up only to get jump scared by a purple robed priest villager. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot priests were a thing in Minecraft back in the day, and this dude was selling eyes vendor for emeralds. Are you telling me that I could have just traded instead of getting gaslit, gatekept, and griefed by Enderman for 50 days straight? Amazing! Anyway, I wiped the tears and grabbed every carrot in that village. I then dug up some of the sandstone paths because I had a vision, my own custom desert village. So I did something very unoriginal. I googled Minecraft desert builds and picked something off a YouTube thumbnail. Don't worry, there's credit in the bottom right corner when I build it. But first, I needed spruce wood. So I hopped in a boat and headed towards the snowy taiga. And oh my lord, boats in this version are awful. And ew, what are my arms doing? Still, I snagged some spruce logs and saplings, and then, because I'm a genius, I slept in the middle of the swamp. By some miracle, I woke up alive on day 72 and returned to the desert and began building my totally original desert home. But right away, TU12 hit me with another slap. You can't place trapdoors on tilled dirt. Why, bro? What the hell? So I dished that plan and threw together a nice patch of grass with a yellow flower and a rose. Classic, peaceful, and simple. I then built for a while before calling it a night. Day 73 kicked off strong with more building, and honestly, it was starting to come together really well. I was shocked I could place fence gates floating in the air. For a version that blocks almost everything fun and creative, this one caught me off guard, in a good way of course. With the front of the house looking pretty decent, I decided that was enough effort for one day and went to bed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Feed, how are you getting all this sandstone? Well, I've been evicting villagers, like ripping their homes apart one chunk at a time to build my dream house. Do I feel bad? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Call me Micheál Martin the way I don't care about people having no homes. I started working on the tower section of the house, and once I stepped back, it was looking gorgeous. Chef's kiss. After that, I chipped away at the side walls and floor until night fell. I started the day by popping a furnace inside and laying down some spruce planks for the floor. Fancy, I know. Then I noticed I was almost out of sandstone again, so I did what I do best. I demolished another villager's home. Sorry, not sorry. I then built a ladder up to the tower, worked on the back wall, then took a few steps back to admire the progress, and oh my god, it looked exactly the same. I swear I made progress though. Finally, I added some buttons to the tower and the outside walls for that beautiful decorative button detail. Then I did something wild. I actually slept inside the building. That's how you know it's finally starting to feel like home. I woke up on day 76, stretched, and did what had become my morning routine. I evicted a villager. Yup, another house gone, because my grand sandstone mansion wasn't gonna build itself. Come on. I stripped it down of literally everything and climbed back up the tower to work on the top design. And when I stepped back, yeah, it looked like a squash dumpling. Like one of those microwave for too long frozen ones. So I scrambled back up, patched it up a bit, and called it a night. Might not be a dumpling anymore. Maybe a wonky cupcake now? Waking up, I took yet another step back from the tower, and finally, we were cooking. It actually looked good this time. Thank you, original builder, whoever I'm taking this screenshot from. With that done, I moved on to the main section of the desert base. I had a very smart idea though. I know, mind-blowing that FeedStunz has a good idea for once. Put trapdoors on the top of the fences for some cool little detail. But this is PS3 Minecraft. Of course, that's too advanced for this prehistoric version. This game is held together with hopes and dreams. I love it though. So I swapped them out for spruce slabs instead, and honestly, not bad. Still would have preferred trapdoors though. Then I got ambitious. Time to set up an enchanting area. I strode into the village again, this time not looking to evict people. Instead, looking for bookshelves for magical purposes. But there were none there. Zero. So instead, I crafted a few bookshelves using whatever books I already had. That, of course, was not enough though, so I made a quick stop at my base, aka 1 frame per second central, to see if I had any more books. I looted my lag factory of a base and walked out with 35 books and 13 leather. Yes sir, but on the way back, I had a sudden realization. I never actually used my mob grinder. So I took a detour and went up there to see what was popping. And yeah, absolutely nothing was popping. That was cringe, I'm sorry boys. That was cringe, but not as cringe as not using my NordVPN link in the description and pinned comment. Get NordVPN today. Helps out me a lot. It was dry, like drinking cranberry juice dry. So I lit up the ground around it thinking that would help, but still no mobs. If you're watching this and you know why it's broken, drop a comment because I'm confused and actually kind of offended. Eventually, I returned to the desert mansion, tossed more bookshelves into the enchanting area and hoped it would be enough for level 30. Was it? No clue. But it looked like enough. And since I did say I was making my own desert village, I started working on another house. A smaller one this time, but still looking fantastic. And by the end of day 78, the house was complete. Did it look amazing? Sure. I woke up on day 79 with one thing on my mind: finishing this new build. I was in the zone. I slapped down fences for windows because glass is everywhere in the desert. Get it? Cause sand, you know, sand, desert. I also added crafting tables and chests on the outside for a classic aesthetic, and definitely not because there's no barrels in this version. Anyway, I placed down some classic spruce wood planks on the floor and started building up the side walls. Day 80 rolled around and I was still going strong. I finished the back walls, added a ladder to the cozy little second floor area, and built not one, but 2 balconies because if you're gonna be stuck in a desert, you might as well get the best view of the tumbleweeds. I also topped off the second floor tower, stood back and admired it. It's complete, and to celebrate the person that built this, I slept in it immediately. I woke up on day 81 and stared at my mob grinder again, remembering all that work and death was for no reason. So I grabbed some cobblestone and crafted a few cobblestone walls to build a pen. What for? No idea. Cows, villagers, air, I don't know. Then I smelted leftover cobblestone to make smooth stone slabs for the path between buildings, and it looked nice. But now that I'm doing this voiceover, yeah, I'm changing the path to birch wood for sure. I ran over to chop down some spruce trees I planted, mined a bit of coal, and of course demolished yet another villager's house. I'm starting to feel like the desert HOA, but I stood there while the moon rose, staring at my 2 buildings. I'm so proud of my stolen valor. Then I slept, dreaming of a full-on custom desert village. I woke up, ripped up more sandstone from the village path, and started a new build. Yes, it's another Google image. Call me lazy or creative, I don't care. I'm building this in TU12, and that's a challenge in and of itself. The front looked like a discount sandcastle at first, but with some tweaks, it started to take shape. I then got the side walls and tower going, then knocked out for the night. I mined out the floor, finished the back walls, and slapped in some spruce planks and hit the ceiling. I added ladders going up to the tower's top floor, and threw some buttons on the walls because they make anything look fancier. I took a step back, and yeah, this place is really starting to come together. Would be a shame if it started to run at 6 FPS, low key. I then lit up the place with torches and called it a night. I woke up in a panic. Was this build finished? Not yet. So I went up to the balcony and added some fences and slabs for shade. I then did another mini version on the side of the building and boom, done. And before you ask, no, I'm not furnishing it. What do I even add, bro? A flower pot and a bookshelf? TU12 ain't giving me much here, bro. Anyway, I wasn't satisfied with just one new building. So I went back to the village, started tearing down another house, then stopped. You thought I was having a change of heart? Nah, my 2 pickaxes were dying. So I headed back all the way to the mine and tried repairing them. But of course, it was yet again too expensive. So I hunted some cows for leather, crafted 2 item frames, and proudly displayed my first diamond pickaxes right next to my first diamond sword. I then finally slept in my main house again. Been a while, bro. I woke up, headed back to the desert, but stopped at the mob grinder. I waited for a while and did nothing. I then headed to the end portal just to leave again. No clue why I did that. I finally got back to the desert though, mined 50 cobblestone, and finished off the villager house I was slowly erasing from existence. I then used my new diamond pickaxe, which took longer, but whatever. Now look, this part sucks, and if you don't trust me, I understand. I had to take a phone call and pause my recording, but I forgot to unpause it. By the time I realized, I had finished the front of the new building. It's nothing crazy, but yeah, my bad. Here's me raging in game for extra proof. I kept working on the building until I finished it at midnight and slept after. I woke up, took a step back, and yeah, this desert village is starting to look insane. Like actually really good. Alright boys, time to speedrun some progress. After admiring my gorgeous desert village, I cleared out more land for the path and then started tearing up a whole chunk of sand for what I thought was going to be a new house spot, only to pull a plot twist and build it next to the last one instead. Mid-construction, I slapped down some smooth stone slabs for the path, then jumped right back into the house building mode. By midnight, the frame was done. Lights out. I woke up and got straight to building, and finished the whole house by midnight. No distractions, just raw motivation. Detail day boys. I placed some leaves, tweaked the windows, added a bit of detail, well, you know the drill. Then I went out sheep hunting, but instead stumbled across the most disrespectful desert temple I've ever seen. Why is it hiding by the jungle? And why is it inside the world border?
4J, do you hate me, dude?
I stole some of his sandstone out of spite, then immediately got distracted by a cave. Classic. You know me, guys. Always getting distracted by caves. Surprisingly worth it though, because I found some diamonds, but I was literally starving. No food on day 88 while mining. Bro, I should be banned from Minecraft for this. Luckily, I had 2 rotten flesh to find dine on, then headed into another cave. I never learned, bro. I then crawled out of that cave like a zombie and had half a hunger bar left until I found a pig and absolutely bodied it. Then I ran back to the village and robbed their carrots again. I replanted, don't cancel me. Suddenly, I got inspired and ran all the way down to the stronghold for stone bricks because I had an idea, but I ended up exploring the whole stronghold. And now I'm in the back rooms? What? Bring back Bedrock Fog, please, bro. Modern Minecraft is too clean. This looks so airy and cool, dude. After hoarding a ton of stone bricks, I jumped into the end portal and popped back into the jungle for day 91. I made my way back to the OG day 1 village and dug up my first ever wooden pickaxe and my first ever stone one too. Let's just ignore the whole lava incident of day 1, okay? I then placed both in item frames next to the diamond sword and pickaxes. And this was definitely not solving the terrible frames, but it's worth it. Then I checked in on the mob grinder because I refused to give up on it. And once again, nothing. Finally, I went back to the desert village, crafted an enchanting table, and passed out. First thing I did was plop down the enchanting table, and it's level 30 setup. Hell yeah. Too bad I actually can't enchant to level 30. I then started mining sandstone for another house, but then had a random brainwave. Wait, I gotta go for the platinum before day 100. So I checked the trophies I had left. Dispense with this and leader of the pack were up. But those were just 2 of the 6 trophies I needed to earn in this 100 days world in order to get the platinum trophy. And if I fail to complete them in under 3 hours, I'll have to make the top comment with this timestamp my Instagram bio for a month. Let's do this. I have no saddles though, so when pigs fly is benched for now. I then emptied my inventory, ran to my -1 FPS base to grab some dispenser ingredients, and I'm 1 string short, bro. So did I go cave diving for spiders? Of course not. That would actually make sense. I instead ran around waiting for nighttime while also searching for wolves. And of course, I didn't find any. Eventually, I killed some spiders under the moonlight, crafted a bow, made a dispenser. Hey, I got it. PlayStation 3 trophies take so long to pop though. Next up, leader of the pack. This one's for all the furries out there. So I jumped in a boat, sailed to the snowy taiga, and finally found some wolves. First 3 minutes, only 1 dog tamed. Lame. Next 4 minutes, I tamed 3 more. And of course, the trophies took 3 business days to pop, but they finally showed up. Back at base, I tried to check what trophies I had left, but my game was lagging so hard that even the PS3's XMB menu wouldn't even load. This might be worse than Bedrock. So I ran into my mine just so the game would load properly. Then I decided to go for local brewery, where you just have to brew any potion. I then grabbed glass bottles, started brewing nether wart, crafted a fermented spider eye, no clue what I was doing by the way, and brewed a potion of weakness. No trophy, hello? Oh, never mind, it popped like a whole minute later. Time for the lie, aka baking a cake. This was like a little side mission. I crafted 3 buckets, robbed wheat from the desert village, again I replanted, and spent the rest of the day trying to find a cow. Eventually I saw one standing majestically on top of the mountain like, I see no god up here, except for me. And then I milked him. I then began the quest for an egg, and for so long I thought there was no chickens around, until I spotted one in the corner of my eye. I then pushed it off the mountain and I laid an egg mid-air. Perfect timing. All I needed now was sugar, which I got on the way back home from my sugarcane farm. And boom, cake crafted. I placed it on top of my mine like a cherry on top, but the trophy didn't pop. Maybe I have to eat it? Nope. Turns out the cake was literally a lie. The trophy isn't even on TU12. Basically, any trophy with the little plus symbol was added later, meaning I can't even get it in TU12. My genius brain, of course, didn't realize that, and I tried to get repopulation. Yeah, no repopulation trophy either. What the hell? So I went to bed confused, disappointed, and slightly concerned for the cows. So on day 95, I prepared to turn off my PS3 for the day. But before I shut it down, I checked out some other trophies and noticed the archer trophy. It's got a little plus icon next to it, so I thought maybe this one works. Spoiler, of course it doesn't. Still, I jumped back into my world with fresh determination. I found a skeleton, smacked him up, looted his arrows, and instantly found a creeper. So I shot him. No trophy. And that's when it finally clicked in my little peanut brain that if it's got the plus icon, it won't pop into TU12. And now, time for a side quest. I took a random nostalgia detour and checked out my old PS3 profiles. I scrolled through my ancient Minecraft trophies like I was Nathan Nathan Drake uncovering lost relics. Some were from 2015, others 2018, 2019, but my main account, the Irish Beast, late 2014. That's OG status, bro. That's when like Herobrine used to be real. I only had 3 trophies left to get the platinum. Sniper Duel, Honor Rail, and When Pigs Fly. All of them not easy. And I was under pressure, like 5 Minecraft days left pressure. So first, I loaded into my creative test world to see if the furnace minecarts could carry me far enough for Honor Rail. And yes, they can push you a bit, but the second you try powering them again, they turn around and go the other way. So powered rails had to be the move, unfortunately. I jumped back into the 100 days world, this time super locked in on Sniper Duel. So I ran back to the minus 100 FPS base, cleared my inventory again, grabbed 50 dirt blocks, arrows, and found a second power 1 bow. So I combined my power 1 bow with that one and got power 2 because I'm not playing around this time. Then I started fishing for saddles. Yeah, I still had 0. No plan either, to be honest. Yes, I'm desperate, okay? Night fell, so I sprinted into a desert and found a skeleton instantly. Perfect. I nerd pulled up 50 blocks, shot him twice, and killed him. Then I did a little Irish jig, and nothing popped. That's weird. Confused, I shot another skeleton. Still nothing. So I looked it up, and turns out in TU12, it has to be 50 blocks horizontally, not vertical, bro. So I mined back down, and started looking for skeletons across flatland. But of course, I was in extreme hills. So every shot looked like I was trying to land a trick shot across Narnia, bro. Eventually, I moved to flatter terrain, found a skeleton chilling in the perfect distance, pulled back my bow, lined it up, bang! Pull back, line it up again, kapow! Let's go, yes! Only 2 trophies remain now. On a rail and When Pigs Fly. I woke up with one goal, find a saddle. No clue how, so I went mining for more stone bricks for the rail track instead. Then I maybe loaded up a backup copy of the world and, you know, look for some dungeons. Don't judge me, okay? I had to. I needed this platinum, dude. And what do you know? I found a dungeon. It had 2 saddles and some juicy enchanted books. I take those. And if you guys don't believe me, I'll put the seed in the description and you guys can go to these coordinates yourself and you'll find the exact same loot. I'm not faking this, okay? I resurfaced, dropped off some junk, and only prepped what I needed for Honor Rail. The trophy where you have to ride 500 blocks in one go. No getting out and no stopping. Only problem was, I had 47 rails and about 3 stacks of stone bricks. Yeah, I needed over 7 stacks of bricks and rails. So I hit the stronghold, mined 5 full stacks of stone bricks, and started crafting. I converted every iron block I had into ingots, made over 5 stacks of regular rails, and ended up with 361 total rails, including my powered ones. But still not enough. I then found 5 iron chilling in a chest outside the desert mansion, and crafted 16 more rails. 377 total. Closer, but still not enough. I was officially broken iron, so I had no choice but to cave dive. And 5 minutes in, I had 62 iron, but only 3 coal. So I smoked it on the go while laying tracks in the bottom corner left of the map. Every 37 rails, I placed a powered rail. It was going real smooth until midnight hit. I rolled into the desert village, and it was like a Walking Dead scene. Zombies swarming, villagers panicking, skeletons sniping me off the track, because genius me built the track floating midair, so falling off was guaranteed damage. But after nearly dying, I made it back up, just to get shot down again. I wiped out every mob in sight and kept building until I ran out of stone bricks. I started laying rails, but realized I was a few short, so I placed my last powered rail and it didn't power. I had no redstone, no blocks, nothing. So I rode all the way back to the beginning, crafted more rails, and fixed everything. And it was finally time. Alright, moment of truth. Will we get there? And will we get the achievement? Here we go. Oh my god, I'm actually nervous. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, please don't stop. Okay, try to make it to the end and hopefully get the achievement. If we don't pop the achievement, I don't even know what day we're on. We're like day 97, maybe 98, maybe even 99, but I'm not even too sure. Please be enough. 500 blocks, first of all. This doesn't feel like 500 blocks, but okay. Let's hope it is. Alright, now we got launched off. But does that still count though? I actually don't know if that counts because we got launched off. Yes! Oh wait, we actually, oh my god. Okay. Gold trophy, let's go boys, let's go. Okay, last trophy. When pigs fly, okay. That's the last one, that's the last one we need. We have a saddle, we have a carrot on a stick, and we have the pig over there has a saddle. Let's hope it didn't despawn. 1 trophy left to go. Only 2 days left though. I ran to the pig I trapped near a pond, saddled up, and ran off a cliff. But the recording was paused, and the trophy didn't pop. So, you know, good thing the trophy didn't pop. But I was in panic mode, full throttle. I ran around like a lunatic looking for pigs, and eventually found one vibing on a cliff. I built a nice little staircase up, saddled up, raced back towards the mine, and here's my reaction. Alright, please work, bro. Please work. This didn't work last time. I don't know why. But you took damage. It should have worked. Okay, you took damage. Please pop. Oh, god dang it. Yeah, the trophy still wasn't popping, and I couldn't afford to waste another pig, so I risked it. I built a taller cliff, one last shot. This was it. Come on, buddy. Oh my god. No, 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 no. No, no, no. What is going on? Don't kill me, dude. Oh my, why are these things so hard to control, bro? Jesus. Alright, just get up here. Yep, 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 yep. God dang it, dude. I wasn't want to kill him. Oh, this is actually a hard Oh, wait, I got it. No way, I actually got it. Oh, my God. And I got the platinum. That's the platinum, boys. Oh, my God. We got it, boys. We got it. I did it, boys. I actually did it. I got the platinum on day 98, bro. I then stepped out of my house, maybe for the last time. The nostalgia of the world made me almost tear up. But before the final chapter closed, I had a promise to keep. So I walked over to the Love Garden and proudly showcased every single name from that YouTube short. If you spotted your name, hey, you're now officially part of the Minecraft PlayStation 3 history. If not, there's always next series, or 200 days. After that really nice detour, I did one last touch up to the area. I laid some smooth stone slabs along the sides of the path, just to finish things off. Then I turned in for the night, my last sleep of the 100 days. But before we say goodbye, here's a full world tour of everything I built. But before we get to that, sellout time. Do you guys want to see the full raw 100 days experience? Every single moment from day 1 to 100, unedited, uncut, and completely real real, for just $2.99 a month, you can unlock the full behind the scenes 100 days videos and watch everything I go through. So hit that join button and get the full journey only for members. Alright, so here is the world tour, okay? So I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this area. I know I sure as hell am. But here is the main base, okay? Of course, we got the bedroom up there. We got just like these random rooms. We got the nostalgia room right here. We got this other painting kind of room. We got the storage room, the kitchen. We got these beautiful street lamps right here. We got the cactus greenhouse that we never actually used because we never actually built the zombie statue. Moving on, we got this nice little pond right next to the Ether portal, or the Aether portal, which is also right next to the Herobrine spawner, which I'm still waiting for him to spawn, to be honest. Over here we got the wheat farm, and then that leads over to, what was your name again? I'm not even too sure, bro. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. We got the workshop over here. We got the windmill, which only just has like a staircase and a crafting table, and that's about it. Pretty bare bones. We got the house from the Minecraft trailer, official one. We got the nether reactor. This goes down to the zombie spawner that had the saddles. My own custom house right here, where, I mean, you know, everything here is custom kind of. We got my own custom house right here, which doesn't really have any purpose. You can't even open this chest. Over here we got the tree of life. Sure, we can call it that because the glowstone. We got the enchanting area, which has a path that leads to nowhere. We got the creeper statue right here, of course. We got the love garden, which I just showed all the names. Shout out to all the people here. Thank you for commenting and having your name here. Rest in peace, Burger Muncher, and of course, Emmy. We got the nether portal, which has the nether breaking out. And that is this main area basically covered. I mean, we have these market souls, but they're not really finished. I don't really want to finish them right now because the area, the frames in this area are just unbearable. So let's get out of here quick. Before we get out of here, the infamous lava death. Oh my god, this was bad. Very embarrassing, and I got very angry. Now we can finally get out of here because I don't want to have these frames anymore. I'm sure you guys don't want to see these terrible frames right now as well. We then got the OG day one village that I found right after I came out of the jungle. Very lucky spawn, but there was no blacksmith, which was very annoying. But we did get some bookshelves, which helped us build the enchanting area. Now we can head over to the mine. The mine, wow, what a great place. What a nostalgic journey. This was like, bro, I remember I mined all of this out when Playboi Carti's new album came out. Terrible album, just gonna say that again. But yeah, I mean, it's June 4th right now, so as I'm recording this 100 day, hopefully I can get this video out by the 20th of June. We did make a lot of progress in the mine. We had the game crash when I was, you know, mining out this area right here. Let's go over to the desert. Me when I lie. Anyway, we got the wooden bridge over here, which I'm so happy with how this turned out, by the way, because like the sugarcane is amazing. The bridge just looks amazing. When pigs fly. Heading over to the sandstone village, we got the mob grinder, which, oh my god, dude, just never worked. What a waste of a death. What a waste of XP. What a waste of materials. Jesus Christ, dude, this was just a waste of time. It doesn't even work, but I'm still gonna go up to it just in case. Also, I love the look of this building. I just love it, bro. It looks so good. Will anything spawn? Let's just wait around for a few seconds and... Oh my god, wait, what? Okay, just one mob so far.
2,000 years later.
Okay, no one else wants to come around, so hopefully I don't die. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my, I didn't actually think I was gonna... Oh my, I didn't think I was actually gonna die, bro. For frick's sake, dude. God dang it, dude. I didn't think I was actually gonna die. This version is like full of bugs. Like, it's not as bad as Bedrock Edition, but like, oh my god, it's just full of bugs, dude. Like, what even is that bug? How did that bug even happen? How do you end up with a bug like that in your game where you land in the water and you still die? That's not Minecraft. That's some Borderlands stuff. Pick up all my goddamn stuff, bro. I shouldn't have freaking died, dude. Now, the desert village. What a project, dude. This was one of the most fun projects I have done in this world, low-key. It wasn't the mob grinder. That was not a fun project. It wasn't the creeper statue. It wasn't anything over there. It was actually this project right here, because I could actually copy off YouTube and Google for these builds, but it's also just like a really cool design. Like, I haven't built anything like this in Minecraft before, so this was a first, and it was one of the most fun things I built. So, and then we got the railway, which didn't actually take as long as I thought it would, which is kind of insane to say, but It's true, it didn't really take too long, honestly. This is Minecraft 100 days in PS3's earliest version ever, and I will put this out here. I didn't know, but I found out on around day 60 that this isn't actually TU12. This is TU14. So my fault, boys. I didn't mean to say it was TU12. That's my fault, boys. Hopefully you don't get mad at me. And that's all. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I just want to also say a big thank you to Pablo and Escobar, or PNE, for making the thumbnail for this video. And a big thank you to NordVPN for collaborating with me on this video. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next 100 days video. Goodbye.